you three fellas give us some top recommendations and advice. We'll start left to right, John, if you want to jump in.
Yeah, I think one of the things I say is, and this is back to your playbook. Do the basics uncommonly well. Really focus on where are the key signals that I need for this activity. How do I make sure that I'm doing the basics and I'm capturing the signals and evaluating. Then we can start worrying about, all right, what's the step up from there and how can Gen AI beat me around that? But ideally, you're doing the basics well, so you're not having to do some sort of step up. You're not having to do some other interpretation that could be susceptible to this. So, yeah, that's my biggest takeaway from this is have a plan, do it well, and then start isolating where you're susceptible to some of these.
Awesome. And over to you, Brandon.
So I put an actual answer here for actual signals that you could use that we mentioned, but it's because I didn't want to put a cop-out answer, which is my real answer of you have to understand what's available. Like Apple and Google, they just released these signals within the past few years, and you wouldn't be able to have known they were working on it if you don't keep up to date with news. So it just really depends, like what are your fraudsters doing? And then what is the new tech that's coming out? Constantly reevaluating different tech to understand that you can do things like track behavioral signals. Like at some point, some different people might claim that you can see heart rate, heartbeat through like the skin through like a video submission. Even taking advantage of things like video submission, so you can continue to evaluate whether that selfie video you're getting is actually really live. And this all plays into making time for rule evaluations and back tests to make sure that you're still accurately capturing fraud where it occurs, not blocking good users where they occur too.
Wow, I want to change my answer now that I want to see like what if you can view their heartbeat through their skin. That's my number one signal to look for. That's first I heard about that. Wow, we're in the future. Some of the signals that I think I have here are about some of the things I've already mentioned, right? The suspicious form fills, like how they're filling out and how fast. Again, this is not a silver bullet. They're people are going to do this, and once they figure out you're doing it, they're going to do something different. And these models are always changing, but that's an important one. And then this like super easy time zone one, which is a really fun one, where it's like, oh, you're logging in right away in New York City, and then 5 minutes later, your time zone is in Jakarta. Something's wrong, right? Something's going on. So that kind of plays into this constantly and consistently getting device signals, because if someone looks good on the way in, they might not look good on the second, third, or fourth interaction. And you can sort of find fraud that way. So those are my signals that I would use.